I looked at 9 of the biggest best medical alert system rankings online. They all claim to be independent. 3 different companies were ranked number 1: Mobile Help, Medical Guardian, Bay Alarm Medical, and every one of those sites gets paid when you buy. That's the kind of guide most families end up checking before spending money on a parent's safety, usually after a fall, a hospital discharge, or a phone call that scared you enough to start Googling at midnight. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why those lists can't agree with each other and the one line to look for that tells you whether a review page is worth your time. Nobody pays this channel to rank these companies. Everything you'll hear is from public records and public disclosures. If that's the kind of thing worth your subscription, it's below. Now here's where it gets more honest than a simple bribery story. Because the obvious explanation, they just pick whoever pays the most, is actually wrong. And understanding why it's wrong is the key to knowing what's really going on. When I started this research, I expected one company to dominate every list. I thought I'd find one obvious bad actor writing the biggest checks. That's not what I found. Affiliate commissions on these devices range from $25 a sale on the low end up to $150. That's a 6-fold spread for products doing the same job. So you'd expect every guide to just crown whoever writes the biggest check, right? They don't. Bay Alarm Medical, the pick that shows up most often across these sites, pays one of the lowest commissions in the category, $65. No repeat commission, even though customers are billed every month. The brand offering the biggest payout, $150 a sale, it wasn't anyone's top pick. Even Medical Guardian, the NCOA's top choice, doesn't post a public commission rate at all. Its own partner page calls the number negotiable, decided case by case. So this isn't a story about one site selling its top spot to one company. The reader never sees the numbers. None of these sites tell you what their financial relationship with each brand is actually worth. That doesn't prove the rankings are wrong, but it does mean you're missing a piece of information that could influence them. Imagine asking 9 real estate agents to recommend the best mortgage lender. Every one of them gets a referral fee, but it's a different fee, and nobody tells you what it is. You're not necessarily getting bad advice. You're getting advice shaped by incentives you can't see. Now, if you're just buying a basic pendant for a parent who mostly needs a panic button, the differences between these systems are honestly pretty small. What I just showed you is enough to read any review page with clear eyes. But if your parent has dementia or needs GPS tracking, or you're comparing medical alert systems against full home monitoring setups, that's where the feature differences actually matter. And a single best of list genuinely can't cover it. That's a longer conversation, and if this video does well, I'll make that one next. Let's look at what these sites actually tell you. US News names Mobile Help its top pick and says plainly it may earn a fee from its links. The National Council on Aging, a nonprofit, names Medical Guardian. It discloses commissions from shared affiliate links. The pattern repeats across Safe Home, the Senior List, Consumer Affairs, and Top Consumer Reviews, all pointing to Bay Alarm Medical, all carrying the same kind of disclosure. Nobody's hiding that money changes hands. What's missing is any acknowledgement that the money might be the reason these independent outlets landed on different winners. And this is the part that should bother you most. If you're trying to protect a parent living alone, maybe your mom fell last week, maybe your dad's getting discharged Friday and you did the responsible thing, checked several guides instead of just one. You didn't get a second opinion. You got 3 different paid opinions that happen to look like consensus. I thought I was done with the research at that point. Commission data, disclosure language, I had the story. Then I looked more closely at who was giving the recommendations. Most of these sites are for-profit media companies. Fine, you expect a financial incentive there, but one of the 9 is the National Council on Aging, a nonprofit, a .org, and when you see that domain, your guard comes down. Okay, these people aren't trying to sell me something, but NCOA discloses the same kind of commission arrangement as the for-profit sites sitting right next to it in your search results. Think about what that means. A family Googling best medical alert system at midnight, maybe you're that family right now, clicks a .org link specifically because it feels like neutral ground. And it is, in some ways. NCOA does real advocacy work. But on that particular page, with that particular ranking, the financial structure underneath is the same one running every other list in your search results. Disclosed isn't the same as hidden, but it means the word nonprofit on a ranking page buys you less certainty than it feels like it should. None of this makes affiliate marketing illegal, and it shouldn't. The problem the FTC has actually gone after is narrower and worse. Sites presenting themselves as independent while being paid specifically for the ranking itself, not just the click, the ranking. The agency's consumer review rule went active in late 2024. It prohibits exactly that, and this year the FTC sent its first wave of warning letters under the rule, with penalties that can run past $50,000 per violation. Here's the difference. Honest version. I earn commissions for purchases made through links in this post. What you actually see. We participate in partnerships we may receive compensation from. One is plain English. The other is the kind of language most people skim right past. If the site you're looking at discloses clearly and you can verify the claims they make, including battery life, response times, and contract terms, then an affiliate link doesn't automatically make the recommendation bad. The system works when the incentive and the honest answer happen to point the same direction. That's why the disclosure matters. And if you're dealing with this right now, a parent just fell, you're trying to figure this out tonight, here's the most honest thing I can tell you. Pick any well-reviewed system with 24/7 monitoring and no long-term contract. Don't let the perfect guide slow you down when your parent needs something on their wrist tomorrow. But for the next time you're reading one of these lists, for medical alerts or anything else, scroll to the bottom of the page first, not last. If the disclosure is vague, generic, or buried 3 clicks deep, treat every ranking on that page as a guess with money behind it. My standard is simple. I trust a guide a lot more when it tells me not just that it gets paid, but roughly how those incentives work. The ones that only manage the first half are telling you exactly as much as they have to. If this helped you read those review pages differently, subscribe. I make videos that dig into the stuff most channels gloss over. If you want to go deeper on medical alert systems specifically, what actually matters in the hardware, the monitoring, the contracts, drop a comment. That's the next video if enough people want it.